Should you be training till the failure? Is failure equal to muscle growth? Let's discuss this today, and I want to talk about this openly as somebody who has around 25 plus years of experience in this sport. Hi there, my name is Boris Kish. I'm a super heavyweight bodybuilding competitor. I'm a certified IFBB coach and nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. So is it really necessary? I would say yes and no. So without me trying to sound like I'm giving an oxymoron answer. It cannot be yes and no at the same time, I agree. But when I was younger, when I started all of this, I was extremely weak and skinny because I trained volleyball for almost a decade before that. Plus, I'm very tall. I'm 193 centimeters tall. When I started, I was around 85 kilograms and I couldn't do any kind of heavy lifting. So therefore, when I started, let's say, doing bench press, squats, pull-ups, chin pull-ups, I wasn't able to do more than few repetitions. I remember my bench press was 30 kilograms, maybe few repetitions. I was really weak as a kid and as a teenager. I was not able to do 10 push-ups with my body weight. And therefore, I would suggest that if you are somebody who is, a beginner, and who really wants to give his maximum and who doesn't know what his maximum is, to try to go till the failure, to see what is his limit. And I would definitely suggest that you always have a spotter, behind you who will be there if the failure occurs. Not like me when I was training in my hometown in Serbia. I didn't have a spotter few times and the gym was completely empty. So the weight, felt on me on the bench press, and don't ask me how I throwed it out of me, by throwing out, weights from the barbell from one side and from another side, and the bar went all the way to the wall. Luckily nobody was there, otherwise I would unfortunately unalive someone. So always have a spotter. But I would also like to tell you that going till the failure absolutely doesn't make any sense if you're a natural athlete, because natural athlete is needing much more time to recover than somebody who is enhanced. And when I say a natural athlete, that doesn't mean I eat what I have at home. When I have, I'll go a little bit in the gym. I want to kill myself in the gym and I hope miracle results. No, that's not a natural athlete. When I say natural athlete, that means somebody who is taking all possible supplements, BCAA, glutamine, whey isolate, most likely with argo, maltodextrin, dextrose, creatine, citrulline, arginine, beta-alanine, etc., etc. So somebody who is like fully feeding his muscles for optimal growth and recovery during the full day, and who is sleeping properly. So somebody who is fully dedicated, that he sleeps at least 8 hours per day, per night, plus 2 additional hours per day. And as I said, doing everything that he can. For that kind of person, I wouldn't absolutely recommend going all the way till the failure. And for somebody who doesn't do anything of that and consider himself as a natural athlete, absolutely avoid going to the failure. But if you are somebody who is enhanced without me supporting being enhanced, and I can tell you honestly, I always was speaking honestly about my usage when I was competing. Yes, I was taking steroids. Right now I'm only on TRT. And if you are enhanced, then going to the failure makes sense in some exercises. Let's say you want to break your limit by doing bench press, because bigger, more weight, more repetitions, by my personal opinions, means bigger muscles. I was explaining that in one of my previous videos. You cannot train the same and expect different results, especially like somebody who is doing that for 10-20 years. There are people who are doing that. Pretty much that. So you have to always try to be stronger. But how can you know how strong you actually you actually are if you don't allow yourself to go till the failure. And therefore, let's say if you're doing heavy squats, bench press, pull-ups, some exercise that you are not able to do alone by yourself without knowing really how big your limit is and where your limit is, where is the border, you should have a spotter. And then, as I said, only then you should try to go until the failure. But that doesn't mean every set, every exercise, every training. I would only suggest that you do that if, as I said, you're entranced without me supporting being entranced. Stay natural if you can, stay all your life natural. I have full respect for those people. But if you ate your meal during the day, if you're properly hydrated, if you took your potassium natural during the whole day, if you took, pre-workout without taking pre-workout with caffeine, that's another story. But if you have creatine for, maximum optimization and volume, BCAA, glutamine, L-citrulline, etc., etc. So if you gave your machine everything that it needs and, you want to break your limit, then it makes sense. Should you be doing it on every exercise? I wouldn't recommend. Should you be doing it every workout? No. Again, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I was doing a lot of sets, especially on the bench press, until the failure when I was young, when I was ego-driven, because I really wanted to be really strong on the bench press. But am I recommending that? As I said, no. But if you are feeding your body properly, and if you really want to go all the way and break your, limit in some exercises, yes. But again, you should always be listening to your body. If the body doesn't feel that it slept enough, if you feel that you didn't recover from the previous workout, if you feel that today is not the day for that, then I definitely would suggest that you don't do it, especially for somebody who is over 40 like I am, because going to the failure, at one side of the scale you have, it might break my limit that I am till now, but on the other side of the scale you have really huge potential injury that might happen, and that most likely will happen sooner or later if you push your body, and as I would say, rape your body all the way till the failure every time. So you have to do this smart. So sometimes yes, every time no. So the final conclusion is it's a good tool if you have a spotter or if you have a training partner. Yes, it might help you if you don't know what your limit is, how many repetitions can you do by yourself and alone. But is it absolutely necessary for more muscle growth? No, it's a no. So what's absolutely necessary is that you do as much repetitions as you can by yourself. I mean, let's say if you're bench pressing 100 kilograms and if your maximum is 6-7 repetitions, and if there was no way that you could do 8, then you should do 6-7 by yourself. There is absolutely no need that you do that 8 times till the failure with somebody. But but if you're not 100% sure, is it 8 or 9 or 10, then it's a good, it's a good tool to have a spotter, behind you, and you might do 10 and you were not even aware because maybe you have some fear blockade that you're able to do 10. And then the failure occurs at 11, but then oh my God, I can do 9 or 10 without any problems by myself, and I don't need the spotter for the next time. I can continue, doing sets until the 10, and I was mentally, limiting myself only to do them by until 6. So therefore, then it's actually, needed. So train smart, do this really smart, because, I honestly wish that you train as long as possible, and to, give your body what it deserves and to grow as big as possibly and as lean as possibly as you want and as you deserve. Write me in the comment section what you think about this topic, and please like and subscribe to my channel because it's new and I would really appreciate, and this will really help my channel to grow. Till next time, I wish you all the best. God bless. Bye.